AITA for refusing to pay for my mother's hospital bills? Shortly after my 5th birthday, my dad found out that I was not biologically his. He immediately threw me and my mother out of his life, which now looking back I can't really blame him. It would be a nightmare to raise someone who was a constant reminder of your wife cheating. Shortly after that, we moved from a mansion to a very small apartment, and my life has been absolutely lonely and horrible since then. The love that my mother had for me disappeared in an instant, and she and my half-siblings constantly blame me for being the reason for the divorce. Have hated me since. I was constantly told by my own family, including my mother, that they all wish that I would die and would have never been born and things like that. I try not to get my half-siblings' words get to me since they were kids as well. But it still hurts to this date. My mother married my stepdad when I was 10, and he and his kids, my step-siblings, have made it very clear they didn't like me, and things got even worse. I was given the smallest room, no new clothes or things, and constantly ignored, if not being bullied by my family. Both my step-family and half-siblings went on great and fantastic trips and were given all the latest gadgets and everything as well, while I was left behind. It actually came to the point where no one had wished me even a happy birthday since I was 8 years old. I had no friends at school as well. I was that quiet kid who was always isolated and left out of everything. I, 27, am now managed to get a full ride to Dream College and am now financially quite secure. I now have very good friend and an amazing fiancé with whom I have a 3-year-old son, and her family has adopted me as one of their own. My finance also convinced me to go to therapy, for which I am very grateful as well, and I am basically doing great in life and have moved past everything. Recently my mother contacted me a few days ago saying she needed my help. Money actually. 'Cause she has cancer, and I firmly but politely refused her, saying that while I sympathize with her situation, it is not my responsibility and she should lose my number and never contact me again. I am now hounded by my stepfamily and even my half-siblings that I shouldn't refuse, and my response was pretty much the same and have blocked them as well. Yesterday my mother called me from her friend's phone, this time ordering me to pay since she has sacrificed so much for me, to which I replied, "You never sacrificed anything. You gave away everything you had 'cause you just couldn't keep your legs closed," and hung up on her. I have blocked them all, and now just keep receiving messages calling me an asshole among other things from new numbers, which I promptly block. But now occasionally I feel quite guilty. What my mother did was horrible, yes. But no one deserves to die for such things. So, Reddit AITA for refusing to pay my mother's hospital bill even though it may lead to her death? NTA. You don't owe anything to your abusers. And everyone has to die eventually. It is no coincidence that they're trying to get back into your life at this precise moment, when they need money and you have it. Please continue to enjoy the wonderful life you have built for yourself and leave these people behind. NTA. It won't lead to her death. Hospitals have payment plans and programs your large ex-family can pool their money to help. They are just greedy butt wipes. Ignore. NTA. You were abused by not only your mother but all of your siblings and your stepfamily for your mother's mistake. Then years later the only reason she's calling you is because you're successful and can pay her medical bills? Ha. NTA. You didn't ask to be born. And yet your mom thinks that all of the things she did for you, read the bare minimum, entitles her to the value of your hard work. It just further reiterates that she and the rest of your family are toxic. I'm glad you didn't let the circumstances of your birth hold you back from being a healthy, successful individual. You should be really proud of yourself. NTA If you choose to answer the phone in the future, you should just ask, "Who is this? Sorry, I don't know anyone by that name. Hope you find who you are looking for." And then just hang up. If they call back and say it's a family member, just respond with, "I'm sorry you haven't found who you are looking for, but I was orphaned around 5 years old and don't have any family." NTA They are currently harassing you. Not sure of your local laws, but you may want to look into a restraining, no contact order, making it illegal for them to bother you further. NTA Not at all. Good on you for getting away from them. Stand strong and don't let them get to you. What goes around comes around. And it is now biting your awful family hard in the ass. NTA. She made her choice to treat you like crap. She has her husband and stepfamily. They can provide for her. How can not paying the bill lead to her death? If she and her new family need help, that's what federal and state agencies are for. They can also do a GoFundMe. NTA. You've been unfairly blamed for a mistake your mother did. You were not the reason for this. You were a consequence of the reason. Your mother cheating. You were treated unfairly by your stepfamily, probably due to the way your mother treated you. Her misery and anger is your fault, and every problem that she or they have can be found in you. However, this is the mind of someone unable to take responsibility for their own action and consequences and pawns them off to a child. Even as children, they all should have known better. The fact that even by the time you reached age 27, nobody ever reached out to make amends to utterly ruining your life shows you exactly how much of a family they were. None whatsoever. None of them treated you as family. So you have zero family obligation to any of them. Get restraining orders since they keep harassing you. NTA. NTA. I am so sorry you had to grow up that way, and you handled that situation way better than I could have. I think that was a perfect response, and you should just keep blocking everyone who contacts you about the money. Your mother won't die because you aren't helping pay for her treatments. Your step-siblings and half-siblings should be the ones helping her. You just keep doing you and living your life. NTA. They are horrible people. You don't owe anything to them. NTA. Sometimes your horrible mistreatment of your own children can come back to haunt you. I'd have said, "Pretend I was never born like you always wished for, and never call me again. Just like you wished I didn't exist. I really don't gaff what happens to you now. Go ask the other kids you showed love to for money." It'd be the ultimate revenge if you were able to develop some sort of friendly relationship with her former husband who she cheated on. Just tell him that his success inspired you to want to be successful, and thank him for all that he did, because he was actually the best parent you ever had. IDK if that could lead to something nice. But it might. NTA. But #FREEZEYOURCREDIT. I would not put it past this woman to open lines of credit in your name to cover the costs. And as your mother, she has all the information needed in order to do so. The only voice you need to listen to is your own conscience. You owe nothing to your mother, because she has given you nothing. You owe absolutely nothing to your stepfamily. In fact, they are the ones who owe you an apology. If you feel bad for not giving her money, then give her some money. If you don't feel bad, then don't. That's it. As far as anybody else is concerned, you are absolutely NTA, and it's your own right to shut the door in their face. If there's any chance this is real. NTA. Your American medical system sucks and creates issues like this. Other Americans in this sub have told me people can still get treatment and are billed later. NTA. Stay out of that shit show. Funny how the rest of the family is expecting you to take the high road with your finances even though it seems they refused to ever take the high road in your life. Are they going to pay that bill? No? Then why should they hypocritically tell you to? Block them and stay NC. You don't need that poison in your life. I'm sorry your mother has cancer. Truly. But you didn't give her cancer. It's not your obligation. NTA. And I wish I could come to where you are and take you to lunch just so you know even strangers care about you and you are a great and worthy human. NTA. You reap what you sow, and they sowed this. NTA. Here's a thought. Type everything. Every single thing they did and send that long paragraph to each and every phone number you receive messages from.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.